Booyakasha Chicken. Welcome back to the dungeon with your boy Sir Leezy and your boy Matchstick. Today we got a special topic for you. It is Wednesday, March 25th, 2020. Still in the midst of this whole corona business. I know you can't say the V word on YouTube, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And tonight we watched All Elite Wrestling's Dynamite. What were your thoughts on an overall show, just to get us started?
An overall show?
Yeah.
Not bad. Pretty good. They had their high points, and they also had some of their low points.
Absolutely. And we're going to run down the whole card. We'll start with the... what do you think about the intro with Cody Rhodes and Tony Schiavone? They were sitting right there. Not much of a background, but they were just right there in your face. A little bit clunky. How did you feel about that live intro?
Well, like you said, you had Tony Schiavone, Cody Rhodes, actually going by Cody.
Yeah.
But don't forget, you also had Kenny Omega.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Kenny was there at the very beginning. Yeah, that's right. And they were a little bit clunky for my liking.
Well, you gotta remember, it's, Cody and Kenny Omega hasn't really done commentary before.
That's true. And Tony was getting a feel working with new partners there. That's very true. But even though it was clunky, I liked it.
Right.
Monday, other than WWE's, Monday Night Contrived, it felt live. Mm-hmm. It felt in your face. It felt like pro wrestling. Pro wrestling, dude, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Pro wrestling is supposed to be live and gritty and real. That's the way I like it. I don't like my wrestling to be shot like a movie.
Mm-hmm. Now, on that note, like I said, Cody was on commentary, but he was also the first match of the night. And when it came to him going from commentary to the entrance to lead to the ring, there was a bit of a fade out audio issue.
Yeah, their production guys, they got a little bit more work to do. They got big budget production, but they got a little work.
But that right there, it gave you a sense and told you right there, hey, this really is live.
That's right. Yeah, and with something that's live, you never know what's going to happen. Right. So that just has that built-in sense of excitement. But let's get to the actual match. I don't know about you guys. I'm not sure about you exactly. We haven't discussed this thoroughly yet. We're coming straight to you guys right after watching the show. And as you can see from our background wallpaper on the TV there, we're big fans of the Nightmare Cody, the American Nightmare. I love the dog. I love Cody. I was a fan of him in WWE, big fan of him in AEW. But his match tonight against Jimmy Havoc was just a big miss for me. I don't know if maybe they didn't communicate very much backstage, and they were scared of being heard communicating in the ring because there's no audience, so you can hear more of what's going on in the ring. But they seem to be tripping all over themselves. And it was my least favorite Cody match in AEW so far. What say ye?
Well, remember, as I said during the match, and I'll say again for you people out there, now you gotta remember, Cody's used to wrestling with high caliber wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
With high caliber technical wrestling. And I just don't really see that with Jimmy Havoc.
No. Cody tends to bring guys like Darby Allin. He made Darby Allin a star, in my opinion. Cody will tend to reach down and pull those lower mid-card guys up. But this time, Jimmy Havoc, in my opinion, brought Cody down.
Right.
It was still better than what you would see on a lot of shows, but it did not reach Cody AEW standards for me.
No offense to any of you Jimmy Havoc fans out there.
No.
Maybe he had an off night. Who knows? Maybe he's one of those wrestlers who really, really has to play off the crowd, and with there no being no crowd, it kind of ruined his vibe.
It's kind of like scrambled eggs and peanut butter. I like scrambled eggs and I like peanut butter, but I don't like them together. I like Cody and I like Jimmy Havoc, but I did not like them together. Those two things just don't match for me. Next thing we had was that I liked was during the match they had a live picture-in-picture. It was supposedly live. It felt live. While the match was going on, they would shoot and put in a little square box on the TV. It would show the people in the background, or the people backstage, rather. It was the other wrestlers reacting to the match and cheering for and betting on who they wanted to win. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed that and got off on that. I was like, okay, fine. They're taking the COVID-19 stuff and making the best out of it by still giving us a reaction, even if it's other wrestlers. What do you think about that?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, perfect.
You know, because you still get this feel, the sense, like I said, that it's live. Mm-hmm. And them cutting away or doing a picture-in-picture of the ones in the, I guess, backstage, or I guess it was mostly like in a trailer outside.
Maybe, yeah.
With monitors watching what's going on inside the video, inside the ring. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it showed them betting.
Right.
Sorry if that's illegal.
All right.
And you had, and mostly you saw like Billy Gunn in there, his son Austin Gunn. Mm. You saw Sean Spears in there.
Oh yeah.
And every once in a while you'll see a different wrestler or whoever go in and out. Like every time they would cut to the back, it would be someone different inside.
Absolutely. And Cody went over clean, which was important. He should have went over clean. Cody should have got the 1, 2, 3 with no interference right in the middle, and he did. The finish I liked. The cutaways to the guys in the background I liked. But that was all that I liked. And I think next we had a package with, as you can see from the autograph picture back here, we're big fans of Jake the Snake Roberts. I want your thoughts first on Jake's promo here and Jake in AEW.
Yeah. In my opinion, now, don't take this the wrong way, I'm a big Jake the Snake Roberts fan. Right. But tonight, his promo to me was a bit weak. Now, he made some good points, but it's just how he presented it.
Right.
It seemed kind of weak.
Absolutely. Yeah, Mr. DDT is not perfect. My problem with Jake Roberts in AEW at all right now, he's getting himself over big. Like, if he were to go do an indie show right now or an autograph signing, he could command some big money. I bet his merchandise is selling better than it ever was. People are talking about Jake the Snake Roberts. The problem is, he's not the one that's going to be in the ring wrestling the matches. He's supposed to be just a second. We didn't even see Lance Archer tonight. No. Barely heard his name. Lance Archer is still not a nobody, but he's still not over with me yet. I haven't seen him do anything. To me, Jake is obviously the star in that package, and since he's not going to be the one in the ring, I think they're going the wrong way with that. I think Jake should be the icing on the cake.
Right.
Instead, he's really being the whole show. Mm-hmm. You get a whole lot of Jake so far and a little bit of Lance. And I hope they change that for the sake of the product. Any closing thoughts on Jake Roberts and AEW? What do you think? What do you think about it the whole time so far?
Now, as you mentioned, Lance Archer. Mm-hmm. Neither one of us really don't know all that much about him.
I sure don't.
We know about him being in New Japan Pro Wrestling, which sadly we're not too familiar with.
Nope.
Right, at least not right now. But for those of you out there, if any of you are very familiar with Lance Archer and want to comment, filling us in, please do. Now, about Jake the Snake Roberts promo, you gotta remember that it is unscripted.
Right.
They don't go by scripts or read scripts. So with that in mind, maybe it wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, we'll give him a pass, and we're gonna keep watching. Hey, it's still entertaining. I just want, I don't know, maybe it's the immediate gratification that we're accustomed to. I'm ready for it to get to the point. Let's see Lance Archer in the ring destroying people, and Jake taking the backstage, because he shouldn't be the meat and potatoes here. I didn't take perfect notes here, but I believe the next match was Kip Sabian versus Darby Allin.
Right, Superbad Kip Sabian.
That's right.
With Penelope Ford.
Oh yeah, and Penelope, 10 out of 10. She's over with me. But this match to me was everything it should have been. It got the guys over. I think Darby Allin helped bring Kip Sabian up. As far as the finish, spoiler alert here. The Last Supper leg lock, I think is what they were calling it. Yeah. Darby Allin's little finish.
It was called the Last Supper. It was like a leg lock that somehow converted into a pin combo.
Looked great.
Yes.
It's over with me. I'm not sure where the name comes from, but I get it. The Last Supper, 1, 2, 3. It looked killer. It looked hard to get out of. It looked painful. And I think it was sold very well.
What do you think about Darby Allin's video before the match? His little video package.
I understand what AEW is trying to do with the video packages. Mm-hmm. I like my wrestling a little bit more raw and gritty. When you're doing video packages, it can sometimes come over a little contrived and a little overproduced, and why are they doing that? But for today's modern wrestling, and they're on a national network, they have to have that sort of thing. I wish they would cut out and do less of that and more in-ring promos with a guy with a microphone, either backstage or in the ring. We got almost none of that tonight. There was almost 0 promos that weren't pre-shot. What do you think?
I have to say, I did like Darby Allin's video package, especially how he addressed the inner circle, did his whole, I don't want to really spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but they said he addresses the inner circle. I really liked it. The only thing that kind of threw me off is how they showed the video package, and then they went right to Superbad Kip Sabian coming out. Now, you would think they would show the video package of Darby Allin and then hit with Darby Allin's entrance and have him come out.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense. And I may be out of order here on my notes, so I'll have to go back and check. But I know that the next match, either the match before that match or the match directly after that, we had Jake Hager, We the People. I know that's dead, but he's still Jack Swagger to me. I'm a fan then, I'm a fan now, I'm a fan in Bellator. And we don't get it in WWE, but AEW gave us a flat squash match.
Right.
Never heard of the guy before. Probably will never hear from the guy again, but I'm glad he got a payday.
He's what we refer to as a jobber.
He's a job squad guy, and no offense to everybody, but he's living the dream. I would absolutely trade places with that guy for that night.
Oh, yes.
Man, he's living his dream. Wrestling a big star on national TV. No disrespect meant by jobber, but we knew before the bell rang how that was going to go.
Mm-hmm. When the wrestler is already in the ring, pretty much, and it's someone you really don't know, you automatically know, okay, one, he is no offense, a jobber, and two, he's going to lose the match.
Oh, yeah. His boots was going to get some daylight for sure. But that's what should happen. They're building Jake Hager as this killer. I think the dude got maybe 1 or 2 offensive moves. It's nothing I'll ever go back and rewatch, but it was perfect for what it was. I think the squash matches are underutilized. That's how, back in the day, when I watched Saturday morning wrestling, or even Monday Night Raw, you didn't have superstar versus superstar. That was at live events and pay-per-views only. You had the guys, pin me, pay me, and that was it. Mm-hmm. But,
yeah, like for you old school wrestling fans out there, I do know there been a exception out there with the whole jobber concept. Can't forget about the whole 1, 2, 3 Kid and Razor Ramon.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3 Kid. Razor made 1, 2, 3 Kid in one night, and we still know him today. He made his whole career on one night, and that was excellent. That's not what happened to the guy that Jake Hager wrestled today. Let's see. After that, either after that or after the Kip Sabian match, I got out of order a little bit here. We had the Exalted One promo. Mm-hmm. He was he Luke Harper in WWE?
Yes.
And now he's Brody Lee. I don't know if that's his real name or just the name he used on the Indies.
It was a name he used out in the Indies, I think even before WWE.
I want your opinion on the promo, not the match, the promo.
Promo?
Yes. The pre-shot promo.
Oh, when he was eating steak?
Yes.
That? That to me seemed a bit, I don't know, weak as well. Weak, redundant. It just seemed like it didn't belong.
I agree. Last week, the Exalted One were over with me. I never cared for Evil Uno or the, what's the group's name?
Dark Order.
The Dark Order. Jim Cornette calls them the Dork Order, and I understand why he does. Big fan of Jim Cornette. But it really killed it for me whenever, why are they showing this tape of this guy that's supposed to be top secret, and he's in a suit, and you don't eat before me, get out of here. And when the guy sneezed and he got kicked out, that was an obvious reference about Vince McMahon, because back in the day, supposedly, several behind-the-scenes guys have done shoot interviews where they said, Vince McMahon hates it when he sneezes and he can't stand for anybody else to sneeze. Now, it's obviously some inside baseball stuff for the smart marks, which I'm not a smart mark. I don't claim to be. I just want to be entertained, and I want my wrestling to look real. This looked fake. I hate the F word as it pertains to wrestling. This completely took me out of it. And the next thing that took me out of it after that, well, how did he come into the ring? Where did he come from? Right down the ramp. Right from backstage.
Yeah.
That doesn't make him special.
No.
Like the revival, or not the revival, the group that Roman Reigns was in. The Shield. The Shield, they came through the crowd. The Exalted One should come from the ceiling or underneath the ring, or the lights go out and boom, he's there. Yeah. Once you have somebody come straight down the ramp, now they're just another wrestler. I think they killed all his specialness.
Now we do know, yes, they revealed who the Exalted One was, so now it's not a mystery anymore. But you still want to stick with the Dark Order vibe. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, when he walked out to the entrance, to the small ramp. It was a very small distance from the entrance to the ring. Now, he did have, it wasn't Evil Uno, but he did have, I guess, one of his minions walk out with him.
Right.
Now, I understand during this whole coronavirus thing that's going on. They don't want to have too many people there. But it's like I said, if you had like lights go dark, some kind of like smoke and fog, have maybe a few more minions kind of, around his feet, like the groveling type deal,
Absolutely.
This
jazz it up.
Like I said, you're supposed to be the Dark Order.
Make it dark.
Right.
As for his match, I don't know why they wanted to kill off QT Marshall like that. QT Marshall, I like him as a tag team partner of Dustin Rhodes. Mm-hmm. Where was Dustin? Why wasn't he in his corner? To me, that was that, right? It was him versus QT Marshall, right? I believe so. And he just killed QT Marshall for no reason. There was no backstory. There was no reason for them to have heat with one another. And Cody was there and on commentary, and they just let him smash him. It didn't get...
Unless, like I said, QT Marshall is the partner of Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
So, could be maybe you're setting something up between Dustin and Exalted One.
And maybe it will.
In the future.
Right, maybe in the future. To me, I don't think Brody Lee should have had a match tonight at all.
Too soon?
Too soon. We need more story. We shouldn't have had any of that video. He should have just came out of nowhere, pick an enemy, and smash him out. After a match, before a match, backstage, something. Don't be your average wrestler. When Kane debuted, they didn't have him wrestling matches for like 6 months. He was just going out and attacking guys after matches. Mm-hmm. That's what I would have liked to have seen them do with Brody Lee. And I love his gear, though. That's my favorite thing. And I like his wrestling style.
Right. Now, of course, the Dark Order and the Exalted One is supposed to have some kind of feud thing going on with SCU.
Yes, okay. Well, that would make more sense.
Especially Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, have a match with him then.
So, what kind of is like, okay, where was SCU tonight?
Or even to talk about him. Nowhere. Yeah, I hope that they re-pick that up and do something different with it, because it could be great. I hated the Dark Order, except for one night. That was last Wednesday. This Wednesday, I go back to Dudgeville. I think Brody Lee has a lot of potential. Whether he ditches the Dark Order and goes on his own, or they learn from tonight's mistakes and pick up and carry on. And obviously, he went over on QT Marshall.
Now, I will say this, because Cody did make a good point, in a way, how with Brody Lee's size, speed, how he wrestles, he does give you that Kevin Nash Diesel vibe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a good worker. He's enjoyable to watch wrestle. And I even like his promos.
Oh, yeah.
Last Wednesday was great. This Wednesday, just with the pre-tape and the coming out from backstage, was not for me. Too pitchy for me, dog, as they would say on American Idol. Of course, he went over. And that brings us to the main event. The Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, versus Kenny Omega.
For the AAA Mega
Championship, yeah, something like that. I think that's what it was called.
Yes. For those of you who knows more about it, again, comment.
Yeah, because why are you having a AAA title on AEW? I understand maybe it made that match. It helps get AAA over. Mm-hmm. Maybe it made that match feel a little bit more significant, but...
I do understand they do have cross promotions and everything, because you'll have what right now, Jon Moxley.
Right.
He's the U.S. champion for New Japan.
Yeah. Right. So. Yeah. Yeah, and I get it, but I don't love it. I think that the AAA title that they were defending looks horrible. I think it's a silly belt. I don't think it means anything to almost any American fans. And I don't think anybody thought that Kenny Omega was going to lose that title anywhere north of the border. As far as the match went, I hope that they're holding Kenny Omega back. I hope that AEW is saying, don't be all of you can be yet, Kenny. We're going to save you up. We're going to let these other guys, Cody, Jericho, Moxley, we're going to let them cycle through on top. And then we're going to bring you to the top. Because I loved New Japan, Kenny Omega. I was a fan. But either he's holding back on purpose and not being that superstar on purpose, or he looks to me, in my opinion, that he's gotten fatter and older and maybe just lost it. Because since Dynamite came on TV, I'm not a Kenny Omega fan. He hasn't said anything to excite or entertain me, and his matches aren't anything for me to write home about either. I'm not emotionally involved or attached to Kenny Omega at all. I don't care if he wins or loses. What do you think?
I have to say, when it comes to Kenny Omega, I do like some of his matches. I liked his match with John Moxley.
Right.
I liked his, I guess you can say, his Iron Man match with Pac. That was pretty good.
Okay.
When it comes to tag teaming, yes, he is a tag team champion with Hangman Adam Page.
Right.
And I do love, like, Adam Page.
Oh, yeah. Hangman's over with me.
And they have put on maybe one really good tag match. But other than that, not so much.
We know Kenny Omega can wrestle. Kenny, if you're listening, Dave Meltzer gave you the first and only, in my knowledge, 6-star match rating in the history of matches. But what we want to know is, can you get us American fans? Can you sell? Can you do promos to get us American fans so emotionally involved that we want to rush out and buy a ticket to cheer for you? We want to get on ProWrestlingTees.com and buy your shirts. Because right now, I think I can speak for most American fans that never watched any New Japan and say Kenny Omega is just blah vanilla. And I don't want that. I want to like Kenny Omega. Yeah, he's making it very hard for me.
I mean, I am a Kenny Omega fan. But like you said, either he's holding back, which, I mean, if he's holding back to give, like, these newer indie wrestlers and these middle card wrestlers, a chance. I get it, understand, but eventually, you're gonna have to let loose. You're gonna have to, Cody, whoever's gonna have to let you off the leash and let you be the Kenny Omega that everybody knows and that everybody loves.
Maybe he'll have to turn heel. Maybe he'll have to get a fresh coat of paint. Mm-hmm. But I think maybe my expectations were super high. But here, his opponent is the exact opposite. When Sammy Guevara started with AEW, I was like, who's this jabroni with the panda hat? Mm-hmm. Was not a fan. But now, I thought he was the star of that match. He probably wasn't the highest paid because he's not a EVP. But to me, he was the star of that match. Sammy Guevara gets the Chris Jericho rub being in the inner circle. Mm-hmm. He's become a better heel. He ditched the panda hat gimmick and comes out as a Spanish god, and he works his gimmick to perfection. Mm-hmm. My only question is, when he was making moves towards Brandy Rhodes and Cody...
Oh, the whole... Her face on that... drawn on the board.
Yeah. And Cody was sitting back there on the announce team and said or did nothing. That's not how it would work if it was my woman.
Nope.
Alright, and of course, spoiler warning, Kenny Omega retained the AAA Mega Championship. And that was the main event, but that wasn't the end of the show. Next, we had Chris Jericho meets
Le
Champion meets Matt Hardy, the Broken Woken in AEW. How did you feel about that?
Chris Jericho coming out there, starting off with his promo. I think I liked it. I'm still on the fence on the whole drone Vanguard. His interaction with that.
Unnecessary to me.
There was some good bits to it. Especially when it was when Jericho was asking it to join the inner circle.
That was funny. That was entertaining.
Yes.
Come back here. Yeah.
Right. We're referring to it as bitch.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As for Matt Hardy, what do you think about his little whole coming out to the ring?
I didn't think the editing was great, but it was entertaining as hell. Did this feel real to me? The Matt Hardy versus Chris Jericho interaction? Mm-hmm. It was almost like a good sci-fi movie in that even though my rational brain can say, no, it's not real, they did it so well and live that I still was able to suspend disbelief for a moment and be entertained. Reality-based, what have you, those are great guys that can't fail. In my opinion, going off of that, whatever happens from there, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, or not Matt Hardy, and Chris Jericho, rather, those two guys can't lose.
Right.
Beautiful.
And now, the way they was doing their back and forth promo, yes, Matt Hardy, or broken Matt Hardy.
Absolutely.
A lot of times when wrestlers are doing that kind of confrontation, they love and sometimes they have to feed off the audience. But of course, it was an empty arena. And the way they was able to do it with no one there, I thought was brilliant.
Oh, the fact that they could keep going in the right direction with zero crowd reaction, only veterans of 20 plus years could do that.